Shalom, this is Amonute, Tayac of Piscataway, your friendly neighborhood Shuman, Sophia AmaruKhan, and we're here with our April wrap-up and give and receive requests. Of course, I do this every month as a wrap-up of all of the videos and the information that we presented this month, and followed up with our regular give and receive request. So first, let's go over the information that we discussed this month and the steps that we took. For one, this month was we had Mercury in retrograde, and so one of the conscious decisions I made was to be very careful with how I spoke and to not unnecessarily interfere with the work that Mercury was doing amongst our people. So, for example, Mercury retrograde is a time period where you should be reflecting, going back over your choices, thinking about what you have done, determining whether it was proper or improper. This is a very personal time, and I chose not to interject too much of my inner monologue, my inner thought process with everyone's individual thought process and what they personally needed to do. And I feel like that was the proper step to take, given the time. So we don't have as many videos this month. Now, if you're not participating in our lunar working group or our No Money Grow Money, and in May we're gonna launch the band / tribe. That's going to be more operational. If you haven't been participating with any of those, then you really missing out on information, because now is the time when information has to be passed person to person, just like the Underground Railroad. And so we on this channel have developed our own Underground Railroad, and it's over on Telegram under the protection of Japheth, i.e. the Russians, who own Telegram, for whom we are greatly appreciative of their protection. Alright, so the very first video topic we discussed this month was rejecting the American funeral. That video specifically was about Beyonce's album, the timing of the album release, and how basically it seemed like it was supposed to be the funeral album, the funeral service of America, and that we were just supposed to, I guess, fall over and retreat. And we had to reject that, because nobody is going to tell us that we have to retreat. That's very odd and unusual. But of course, they would use an initiated Negro woman to do this kind of stuff. So it is what it is. The next video we went into was 10 steps to shadow work. This particular video was just talking about some information I received from the priest at my church regarding how to do confession. And confession is nothing but shadow work, basically. If you want a spiritual term for a religious activity or religious mystery, that's basically what it is. And having participated in my first, what I just call it, confession, I can assure you that's exactly what it is. It's going over the things that you know that you need to change for yourself, getting forgiveness for those things so that you can indeed move forward. So one thing I would like to mention in regards to that is that I have been talking about how you can go too far in shadow work, meaning you can go so far into your shadow that you never come out of it. You just get stuck reliving and trying to rehash things that have happened in the past. And one thing that organized religion, specifically Orthodox Christianity, does it allows you to have a way to pull you out of perpetual shadow work, because you have a scheduled date. You pick a day, you go, you do your confession. The priest is the one who facilitates the forgiveness process, the absolution, and then you move on with your life. You don't have to rehash those things over and over and over again. However, if you don't have a spiritual leader facilitating those things for you, then indeed you will continue to do shadow work and continue to do shadow work and continue to do shadow work, and you may get down the shadow work rabbit hole and never get out. So my theory and my philosophy on that is one that is based in reality. And so again, this is how certain churches do have ways of not allowing this to go on forever. Then I posted a video about someone else's Beyonce theory, which was very interesting. Looks like my beehive theory isn't too far-fetched. She goes into the whole eclipse thing. Very, very good information. Then I shared some information about a dream that I had. The title of the video is The Eclipse Coronation Party, and this was just confirming what the Hebrew Rose of Jericho denoted about the fact that the April the 8th portal was in fact coronation portal for Adam, aka Yeshua. Okay. Then I shared a video about the Jupiter Uranus conjunction. Specifically, let me see, what did I say? Recommendations, because I noticed that people were re-agitating wounds that should have been healed previously, and so I wanted to offer a suggestion that you focus on what you actually do want for that particular conjunction, so that you are not doomed to repeat the things you don't want for the next 14 years. And hopefully you all got that notice and took it. Then I have two short videos here. One, the Hebrew Israelite nation representing itself, which they left alone. And then the Professional Victims Unit 2, with the feathers, defending the Professional Victims Unit 1, which they put an age restriction on that video. But on my other video with the Hebrew Israelite nation representing themselves, they did not put an age restriction on, which is interesting because they were both terrible videos of people engaged in terrible behavior. But as long as it's Negroes, especially Hebrew Israelite Negroes, they don't have no problem with that. But as soon as it's the Professional Victims Unit 1 or 2, there's an issue. So that's to be said. Then the last video I uploaded earlier today, tips for successful fasting. These are things that I have mentioned many times. Every time we get ready to do a fast, I go back through these particular tips. But it came to my attention that a particular group of people is getting ready to start a fast, and I wanted to provide some tips and some suggestions to ensure that you are able to have a win-win situation in this fast. Now, something I will add to that, since this is not in that video, and I hope people will understand that. Understand this, what I'm about to say. There's a video by Sam the Illusionist that came out today, that denoted a particular event that they call the Looking Glass event that is scheduled for May the 16th. And this particular Looking Glass event is literally the way that I think he was channeling Metatron, magnetic consciousness, describes this Looking Glass event as an attempt by some negatively polarized entities to change the magnetic structure of the planet so that there is a food crisis. Now, why do I mention this to you all? Anybody who is considering participating in that particular fast, understand that The start date for the fast is specifically aligned with a plan by the negatively polarized entities for the same exact day to prevent food from being accessible to the humans living on the surface of this planet. Now, I'm not putting one and one together. Everyone has to do that for themselves. That's not my job. All I can do is point out that these things are overlapping, and that this is why you have to be sure that you are the one in control of your energy at all times, and that your energy is not going to be somehow harvested or supplanted and used to attain a particular goal that is not the goal that you want. So if you would like for humanity to continue to have access to food, and this is apparently, you can go to Sam's video and listen to it. This is apparently in 3 specific areas they're trying to take out food. They're trying to take out wheat, which we know wheat is a dissolver of charms. Let me just double check that, so that I'm not giving out any misinformation. This was last year. Here we go. I do believe wheat is a dissolver of charms. Let's just double check. No, wheat is the taboo of the gods. So this is what is used to take out the gods, quote unquote. So you can assume that it's the gods that are scheduling this event to take out the wheat on this planet, so that they don't have anything to come against their potential ability to, I guess, recolonize this planet. The gods being the little g gods, okay? A lot of the entities and deities that various individuals work with. Not the angels, not the saints, the little g gods. The idols. Okay? Zeus and them, Franklin and them, the African diaspora in them, the Vodun diaspora in them. Okay, these particular gods want to take out the wheat and the barley. He said wheat. He said wheat. The wheat fields in the Midwest, in Russia, and one other region he mentioned. These are all the bread baskets of the planet. Japheth's bread basket, i.e. Russia and Ukraine, and Shem's bread basket, i.e. the Midwest. They're trying to take out the wheat in the bread baskets of this planet. Ham doesn't have a bread basket. He doesn't deserve one. So that's just something to keep in mind. We may indeed have to do something about that, but we'll wait and see. It's too far away for me to determine if this is a real threat that's involved, that needs our intervention or not. I'm just bringing it up to you so you can be aware of what's going on for the coming month, and how these things are being used, so that you can become savvier and smarter and more effective in your spirituality. So I do hope that this video has been helpful. Oh, now the give and receive. So, we have regular operating expenses over here. I have been able to share some things that I received from the wealth class that I'm enrolled in, and I would like to continue to share the information. Altogether, the cost for that is like $100 a month. And then there's other stuff like, my health stuff that I need to do and whatever. So if there's anything that people can contribute to, I'm not going to go into too much detail, because I feel like, again, the Most High and I have an agreement about some information that I need to share, and I just may as well put this on record. And I'm unwilling to share that information and to move forward with that which I've been tasked to until my requirements are met, because I understand that we have to have standards, and I do have standards for myself as a human individual, reflection of the Most High. And what would I look like allowing my standards to be infiltrated because I want to give out some information so bad when the Most High is yet to meet my requirements for what I need to present that information. Some things have been done, but everything hasn't been done. And one thing I know about the Most High is that He will wait until every I is dotted and every T is crossed before He acts. And so in my desire to reflect my Creator, I'm waiting for every I to be dotted and every T to be crossed before I release this information, which is pertinent information, which is on the time clock. But I'm not going to do it until I have what I need. And so again, this is more so me petitioning my spirit team, the angels, the saints, the Creator Himself, to bring me what I need, so that when the time comes for me to present the information, I will have it prepared. I could just hit the button and send, and I don't have to, record the video, do this stuff, do that stuff. No, I just want to be able to hit the button, send, and then get to work with what has to be done in relation to the information that has to be released. So I'm again petitioning my saints, my personal saint, the saints who are assigned to me, the ones I've worked with, my spirit team, the angels, the celestial realm, benevolent ancestors of love and light, benevolent extraterrestrials of love and light, the Creator Himself, the mother, the sister, the brother, everybody. I need what I need so that I can move forward. And I feel very strongly that the longer that this takes, the less likely I am to even deliver the message, because I feel like being borderline in poverty for currency-wise, or currency that's necessary to elevate in this, currency that's necessary to operate on this physical realm-wise, being borderline impoverished is no way for a person who has been selected and elected by said spirit realm to have to move about. And the longer I have to move about this way, the less desire I have to fulfill my mission. And I want that to be perfectly clear. And this is not for the infernal entities to interfere, because they can interfere. This is all about my spirit team showing up with what I ask for and have been asked for consistently for many, many moons. Many, many moons I've been asking for this stuff, so that I don't have the feeling of this destitution and this poverty that the infernal entities are trying to lay upon me. So this is more so for them. If people can physically donate, I appreciate it. The Cash App and all is in the bio. I appreciate that greatly. However, again, like I mentioned, this is more so for my spirit team to show up and to bring what I need. I'm very clear about what I need. I'm very, very clear about it. The timing is right. I know that the timing is right because I'm watching the celestial alignments, and now is the time for some action so that we can move forward. So if they want me to get this stuff done, I'm going to need some proof, because as of right now, I have no proof that anybody wants me to do anything. And I was just listening to another channeler who was discussing the fact that things are now starting to be delayed. Yeah, they're starting to be delayed because what I need has not shown up, and therefore things cannot move forward the way that they need to, because there's a message I have to deliver in relation to the delays that are taking place, and things are going to continue to be delayed and to continue to be messed up as long as I don't have what I need. Ideally, I'd like to make the video, prepare it, and then have it delivered while I'm in a location other than where I've prepared the video, so that I can, protect myself from whatever potential response may come from it. This is all very serious stuff. I take my life and my spiritual life very seriously. And so this is why I address it like this. And so now there's no one who can be on a different page. It's in the ley lines. Everybody needs to get to work. The time is now. There's no reason to delay any further because the timing is now. I know the timing is now. There's no reason for anything else to be delayed. I need things to start moving in the opposite direction of how they're moving right now. So anyway, I've delineated that long enough. Next month, I hope to go into how to use a numerological calendar. Someone specifically asked me about that, so I hope to cover that. And of course, we're going to monitor the looking glass situation that's being orchestrated by these gods, little g, to affect our food supply. We're going to keep our eyes on that. And we do have Pentecost coming up in May. That is actually May 18th, which is also Moshe's birthday, which is also Haitian Independence Day, Haitian Flag Day. So we will be observing that as well. Very, very important days to our people. Actually, tomorrow is May 1st, which is a very important day to our people. And if you have not listened to my video from March on, I think it was the part 2 video, because the video was getting to be too long, where I talked about John Brown's bones and the May Day situation, massacre actually. Please, no, it wasn't a massacre. Well, it was a massacre, is where they buried the bones. Anyway, please go back and listen to part 2 of my Francis Scott Key Bridge for information about May Day. It's really, it's coming up tomorrow, so it's a good time to review it. So, thank you all for listening. I appreciate your support. Share any of my content you think would be valuable and relevant to people. Much love and light to each and every one of you. Shalom, and we'll see you in the next video.